Hey neighbors, and welcome back to another exciting episode of Initiative Coffee Company presents the Bards Tale, featuring bards. Although, in retrospect, I suppose whether it's exciting is dependent on you, not me.
I think it's exciting, Brian.
Well, great.
Yeah.
Last
Yeah, I
time,
think it's exciting.
we explored drugs. That's literally all we did.
Yeah, in the literal and figurative sense.
Explored drugs.
Well, and I will point out that Peter Pan gathered together a motley
that's
crew
true.
of
That is
urchins.
true.
the creepy older guy
Yep.
got a group of small
Aw.
teenagers
And one
together.
very large man? Is the quiet one large?
She's not large. She's just quiet.
Okay.
Okay.
That one quiet dude. Nobody misses.
I imagine Debo, except not.
He pulled together a crew of Frankie George
I get
pins,
that,
needles,
and I
and
appreciate it.
quote, that one quiet dude. Nobody messes with him. Those are their names. That's their crew. And the boat, the Herald of Commonwealth.
To be renamed eventually.
Well, not according to official record.
Huh.
We last left off with Ray and Mateus, though I'm not sure what he goes by in this circumstance.
Oh, that's right.
Dealing drugs.
Get ready.
Well, selling large shipments of drugs. And Lotus, under a disguise self
Nondescript
spell, following them.
Company. We might have been followed.
Oh,
Do I see him?
yep.
Okay. Before we get into business, let me go make sure the lookout's clear. By the way, this is my associate, Michael Roccafonte.
Michael Roccafonte,
He goes by a lot of names, but you can call him
I'm
Michael.
sure.
I peer out and look and see if the commoner is still
I
walking
like that
by.
Roccafonte is just a misunderstanding of Rochechet, which is in fact a misunderstanding of Rocheches, which is a fake name to begin with.
And that it's still always Michael.
How many Michaels are there in Commonwealth?
So is that commoner that he pointed out like still following us?
Yeah.
Like, is that commoner walking by the alley or stopping to look at us?
Are you walking by the alley or stopping to look at them?
I was walking by.
I get the feeling she's like leaning up against a building.
Yeah,
trying to
I'm like-
trying to make it look like she's looking a different direction, but doing a poor job.
I walk halfway between where we are and where the commoner human person is, and I'm like, hey, nothing here for you to see. Keep walking unless you're looking for trouble. Maybe you don't understand. Glass Shores. It was me. Keep walking.
I don't wanna.
Trust me.
Okay.
Thanks, Dad.
I have you in mind.
Excellent. I keep walking.
I turn around, walk back.
I'm so amused at how like vehemently you think you deserve a cut of this.
I mean, they did name it.
I deserve
for
many
both
things.
Lotus.
Nothing to worry about. It was one of our associates covering our back, and she did such a good disguise that we didn't even know it. Imagine
Well,
that.
there's
Trixie she is.
something.
Good old Trixie.
Now, here's what we got.
Do you know a person named Trixie?
See? Now
That's
you
her
do.
name now.
All right.
Trixie.
The merchandise. Amazing quality.
How do I
Trixie
know?
Hand them
Metal.
over a vial.
Her name is Trixie Metal.
This is a sample vial. The best way I can describe it is imagine
Dragons.
being really drunk, but more aware and less drowsy. About this much will last you a good 8 hours. Opens up all the senses, connects you to the spiritual world. It's like living in a dream for a day. Magical. But you know what? Don't take my word for it. He was the sample. He can tell you all about it.
I took some of the uncut stuff and it ruined me for a whole day. Trust him when he says that recutting the stuff makes it much better for him. Sorry, he introduced me earlier, but it's people call me Mikey Roccafonte.
Mikey Roccafonte. All right. Well.
Pleasure's all mine.
All right.
But he's right.
So,
This scrap we found is Oh, it's next level. You'll see the divine. You'll cross the plains. You'll hear things from miles away, and you'll trip balls like you've never tripped before.
What are we talking about here?
I got 40 vials. Now, normally, the going rate's 20 a vial. You'll be able to move it for 20. I'm going to give it to it for 10 a vial. At least, that's what we was thinking.
For an unproven new drug.
10 a vial. But, Mikey,
Well, like I just
explain to
said-
him why this is such a good deal.
Like I said, I just tried it. If you want it to be proven, drink the vial in your hand there.
But you won't be able to make a deal for another,
For 8 hours.
another day. So,
He's not very good at
You didn't bring
Yes.
you didn't bring a lackey with you,
I have people.
so have one of them take the drug.
I prefer them to be awake, alert, and aware of their surroundings.
right. So, here's what I'm saying. Rather, here's what Michael needs to say. Michael, explain to him how it's such a fantastic deal on account of the fact that we're cutting him half the rate for this shipment.
Listen, there are other people in this neighborhood who would jump at a chance to sell this stuff.
There aren't.
He doesn't know that.
He does.
I'm gonna lie and say we've met with two other people.
lying.
roll
met with two other
roll a
people.
check at disadvantage.
Oh no.
We met with two other people who would jump at the opportunity. Holy shit, yeah.
Yes.
20. Hold on. Yeah, 26.
On the low one.
Ooh. Wow.
Sounds like I'll have to get a tighter hold on the exports.
Be that as
here
it
in
may,
Commonwealth.
we come to you first because you're the best. You move it faster.
But
You're
you just said
clean.
you already talked to 2 other people.
We said we know of two other people.
Now, you know me. Now, would I go to anyone other than me best guy, Mercati? Would I? No.
Apparently you have.
No. He's talked to other people. He travels from port to port, see? We're not talking about just the glass shores. This thing has huge potential. It could go all the way back to Vol.
Are you suggesting that you've been finding alternative networks to export product out
No,
of
no.
Commonwealth?
Not me, mate, of course. You know me. You me only guy. But what I'm saying is, he knows a lot of people. That's beside the point. Tell him about what a great deal it is. We're cutting him in for half.
Listen,
He's gonna
I can
tell
only
you
tell
huge
you so
profit.
much about this stuff. It seems like you're not interested. If you are, perhaps I can entice you further. Make you the main source of exports in Commonwealth and in Val.
The only,
Get you a cut of the money that comes in from Val.
I already am the main
Not
exporter.
for this.
not for
particular
this. See, we
substance.
want you to be the sole exclusive provider. Tell him about the good deal.
Make a intelligence check, I guess.
I feel like the
19.
Bards College will be burned to the ground within a few
Intelligence?
days.
Yes.
Yeah, 13.
So there are 4 major exporters from Commonwealth that deal intercontinental goods, and only one of them deals in illegal smuggled goods,
And it's
him.
Okay.
So he already is the only one. He's
Right.
got a corner on this market.
Right. But what we're trying to emphasize here is for this product. Now, we got 40 this batch. You could easily sell them for 20 a pop. Might even be able to get 25 or 30 in Vol, because there ain't nothing like this over there. Nothing. Mate, trust me, I'm the one who cooked it up. I know where it came from. Just to get it, tell him how hard it is to get all this. Don't tell him the particulars, but tell him how hard it was. We almost died.
We had to fight a proverbial army to get to the stuff.
Not kidding, mate.
Proverbial army.
A
He-
proverbial army.
He ain't lying.
Roll a persuasion check.
These dice love me today. Persuasion, 21.
An army. We almost died.
He kind of looks around and says,
Look,
"This better be what you say it is."
It's 1,000% what I'm saying it
It's
is.
not how percentages work.
Oh, all right. I'm not good at math. That's why I brought in. The point is, I'm good at cooking. Now, 40 vials, 400. That's this batch. After that, price is going to go up a little bit because the ingredients are really rare. But I'm promising you, you're going to be able to move this stuff at double, maybe triple the value in bulk.
Ray, I like you. I'll take a chance. He pulls out like a satchel. It's a small satchel. He tosses it to you. Sure. You open it. It's like a small emerald and like various gems equaling about 400 gold.
Okay. You won't be disappointed.
We'll be back with more if you want.
Now, the next refill might be 2 weeks. So, them 40, see what you can do with them. Wait until you get some feedback, and when people are hungry for more, we'll be back in 2 weeks with more.
Try not to sell it all before then.
That's not how commerce works.
You're really gonna want to sit on this stuff.
Stretch it if you can.
I'm sorry. Is it a
substance.
collectible? Is it a collectible item? I don't know. Is it going to appreciate in
It's an
value if
addictive
I leave it in
substance.
its original
People will be
packaging?
hounding you for more within a couple of days.
Once you ferment it, it really gets going.
Pleasure
weeks.
doing business with you,
Alright.
as always, mate.
Sure.
Pleasure doing business with you.
Let's go, Mikey.
You're bad people.
It's true.
We did.
Mikey Roccafonte.
On the walk back to the college.
He's writing it down.
Tomorrow we gotta go cash these in. I look in the bag.
It's 400 gold with the gems.
Okay. There's no place open now to do that. So
It's midnight anyway, so
Right.
I can wait till morning.
So I scoop out everything that he had in the bag. Can I don't know what. There's no appraisal skill in 5th edition.
It's, I guess, investigation.
Okay. So tomorrow morning, before we leave on that ship, we've got to cash this in. You'll get your cut, like I said, 30%. And then we'll deal with Lotus. All right. I'm going to sleep at the Bards College tonight
Okay.
because I got all my stuff from the inn. So my bag, all my weapons, all the mess kit, all that stuff's in my room in the college. So we go back to the college.
Okay. Yeah, you get to your room. Is anybody else doing anything tonight before you set sail?
I already went to bed.
Okay.
No.
Okay. You sleep through the night.
I get up early, right? I just throw a bunch of oats into a big pot for breakfast, cook it up, and then throw some, fruit in there, like kind of a self-service station. Leave all that crap, and I beeline to the most reputable, fair bank that I can go to cash these.
Sure, so
in.
they're not really banks. There are like jewelers that would be like
A jeweler,
on the list.
or, I mean, I've been in Commonwealth for a long time. Would I know it to be a
like
better
they're
deal
like
to
they're
go
like
to,
treasurers, but they're not
right?
like
Like,
they're
would it be
banks, but
better
they
to
don't
go to
deal
the
with
treasury of like the Cold Forge, or would it be better to like go to a jeweler?
So like people who are exchanging goods and like whose job it is to do that are gonna take a cut. So you're gonna demand a higher rate because you're cutting out essentially the middleman.
Right.
So if you go directly to like someone who needs the gems,
Yeah.
obviously they'll give you more
All right.
for
So
them.
I go to who I know to be one of the more reputable jewelers.
Sure. What's his
and-
name?
Johann.
Johann.
Yes. Johann J. Ewell.
Johann J. Ewell.
It's another DW.
Johann J. Ewell. The jeweler.
Okay.
Johann J. apostrophe.
JJ Yule.
He's from. It's actually I'm borrowing it from Mercer because
Sure.
he likes to put apostrophes in things unnecessarily.
Oh.
So, Johann
All Willis
J.
Nillis.
Euler. So I go to the
Johann.
establishment of Johann J. Euler,
Euler, yeah. The Euler establishment.
and I knock 4 times politely on the door with my bag of gems.
He opens the door.
Good morning, sir. Welcome. I am Ray from the Bards College, and I have come to exchange some jewels, which I have been told quite valuable. I have been given several prices, and I would like to see if you would be interested in purchasing these fine jewels.
Okay,
May I come in?
sure.
I lay out the jewels on the bag.
Kind of takes a look at them and he says,
These are glass baubles. That's it. I'm fucking killing them.
it's probably $350.
I was told maybe more like $450. Is that any chance that you maybe missed a cut in one of those gems? They're quite nicely done. Are you certain $350 is the most generous offer you can make me, sir?
Make a persuasion check.
Oh, I'm just not good at persuasion. Okay, but 16 isn't bad. -1 for my horrific charisma,
Sure.
so that's a 15.
I could probably do $375.
I appreciate your candor, mate. Thank you. I'll take it. All in gold.
Sure.
Splendid.
You now have 375 gold pieces.
75.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
It's a weighty bag of coins.
Almost as if it would have been smarter to take the gems with you.
Yeah.
125. All right, so I go next running across town to the finest weaponsmith in Commonwealth.
There are many fine weaponsmiths in Commonwealth.
I go to like the one that makes weapons for like the emerald blades.
Bring me a great fry.
I mean, they make them mostly in house. Like they have smiths
Two-handed
for the
fry.
emerald blades. Like the one, there's the weapon master that like focuses on like the noble houses, which you know would be like. It'd be like the same quality but more ostentatious than.
Look at the note that I've inscribed on the upper corner on the back without showing anyone else. I ask about how much that would cost. Like really perfectly done, balanced masterwork, even though masterwork doesn't exist in this game. Masterwork level. Like versatile, light.
I've not encountered these before, but I'd have to kind of design them.
Okay. So
60 gold a piece?
yeah. Done.
Oh,
I put down the deposit.
okay. I can have them a couple weeks.
Okay. Perfect. So 60 gold piece is 120. He gets 125 here. And that leaves me with
125 is well over 30%.
It's 33%, but I wouldn't call it well over.
That's true. I was in my
It's
mind. I was
something.
still banking off of 350.
If you want to be exact, it's 37.5 times 3,
That's fine.
120.
I
one-
don't care.
My name's
so that leaves
Christian
me
and
with
I can do
130
math.
gold. Okay. All right, so those are paid for.
Yep.
2 weeks. I got 130 left after paying him out. Now I run to the docks.
Sure.
I find the quartermaster. I'm like, I need to hire a good captain, a good patient captain who can run a ship for a 2-day boat ride to Pablumar. What the?
Pablum?
Pablum. Yeah, that's right.
It's a pretty common route, I suppose.
A decent captain. Maybe someone older.
Guaranteed 2 days or
2 days there, 2 days back. Yeah, right.
4 days.
How dare you?
Probably 20 gold.
20 gold. Right.
Bless.
We're taking the Herald.
Totally about
How many crew do you really need to take that little ship?
Blasphemy.
It won't fit more than 4 or 5 crew members.
Okay, so there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, maybe 6 of us as passengers.
It should be fine.
So 6 passengers, and how many crew members does it need to run proper?
5. Plus a captain.
What if it had a captain and then a bunch of kids?
Are the kids competent in sailing?
Maybe.
Well, then maybe you'd be fine. I don't...
Right, okay. Tell that captain to meet us at the Herald in about an hour,
Okay.
and all of his gold.
Okay.
Now I run back to the Bards College.
Sure.
This montage is great.
All right, I'm dripping sweat.
Yeah, Ray comes in. You guys are...
Thank you.
Ray comes in clearly tired. He's been running around a bit this morning.
Sorry, folks, just had a few last-minute preparations to make for the journey. I've secured us one little bit of extra help on the ship
Cool.
for Captain Skylark to be able to help out with. So we should be good to go whenever you all are ready. I'm going to throw some hot soapy water under my pits, and then I'll be ready to go. I go back into the kitchen and take a dish rag and soak it in hot soapy water
Awesome.
and wipe my pits off,
Wow.
and then wring it out on the floor
Aren't we
and then
fancy?
hang it up
He
Using
hung it
soap.
up?
to dry. You know.
How's Vesper doing?
He's hungover.
Cool.
Kind of bad. Actually, you're not
Lay
sure.
on
He's
hands.
left.
Oh. I can't. He's gone. Is he back at the place?
There's a note.
What does the note say?
The note says,
Peace.
you asked me for a favor and then were quite rude. I no longer feel an obligation to fulfill these duties to you because you have shown yourself to be a very poor friend.
Oh.
Signed, Vesper.
Friendship ended with Vesper.
You can't sit with us anymore.
You know, you really make me feel bad.
I stuff all my gold in my mattress. I take out 30 of them,
Okay.
and I walk to wherever Lotus is.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
And I said, I got my 30. Sorry, that voice is really hard to get out of sometimes. I have the 30. I promised you 15. Here's your 15.
Thanks.
Where's my 15?
You're welcome. You know what? I'll give you 5 now. Bam. And 10 when we get on the boat, buddy. And I prance away, essentially.
You watch as he prances away.
I will meet you guys down at the
Well,
docks.
He seems in a good
I'm gonna
mood.
check the bar.
On your way to the bar, you notice that he is... he's not hard to miss because he's a half giant. And he is at an apothecary currently.
Well, since we're all running errands,
Boo.
I'm just gonna go tell Bosco that we're leaving.
Oh.
Okay.
I walk in. I wait.
Hmm.
Is he like talking to the guy at the desk or whatever?
Yeah, he's getting a medicinal remedy for a hangover.
Oh, very
Oh.
good. Well, then I'll just wait outside.
He exits the building.
Oh. Hey,
Hello.
see you're upset.
I'm not upset.
You rolled your eyes.
Playing my character. I'm sorry. I think you should come with because I would like you there, but also I think it'd be good for you to come. So I think you should come because you like it.
Kiss him. Kiss him.
Land and the sea come together in this magical story of romance.
Oh my god.
Oh, stop.
This is, are you interested in me coming because you're interested in me coming, or are you interested in me coming so I can do a favor for you?
Ooh.
I don't consider this a favor for me. I purely thought that you should come along because I think you would find this fellow interesting.
I left my village because you asked me to do a favor for you.
Oh,
And
this
then
isn't
you-
that favor.
And then you left for a month without sending word as to what I should do in that time. And then you seemed real mad at me when I found something to do in that time.
Well, I still disapprove of what you found to do in that time.
Perhaps you should have given me better instructions.
Do apologize wholeheartedly for abandoning you in a new area. But this is not the favor.
So you're asking
That
me
I've-
for a second favor.
This isn't a favor. You can stay here if you want and drink yourself into oblivion. Or you can come along with me and meet someone who I think you find very interesting who's missing, and it'll be an adventure and fun. It'll be fun for you. That's what I think.
Okay.
It'll be fun.
There we go.
4 days of seasickness later.
Do you need anything else, or should we go now?
Something to get rid of a headache would be wonderful.
Didn't you just talk to the guy?
I did, and he gave me something, but I don't know if it's meant for big people.
I...
Cure wounds.
Will that do it?
No.
Healing word.
I don't
Remove
think
poison?
that'll work either. Let me consult my books.
I have a friend who could touch you.
Yeah. That's the backup plan.
Nah, I'm good.
Sorry, D&D Beyond is like freaking out.
Oh,
I
okay.
think that I just don't know how to use it. It's probably just me, but
So you all move toward the
I'll
boat.
bring him this guy.
Yes.
To the Herald.
Yes.
You guys get to the docks, and there is a well-dressed, clearly ranked captain at the Herald of Commonwealth. And he says, "Welcome to the ship. I'm given to understand you own it.
Yes.
I will be
we
ensuring your travels."
We don't own it, just to be clear. My name is Ray. I will be paying you. We have been allowed to use it for this expedition.
Well, she's in
And,
she commissioned it.
Captain Skylark would like to also be working with the crew
The
of
captain had.
student sailors who are learning the craft from your wise. I'll just
Can
roll
you
out.
make like?
I mean, it's not deceptive.
I know it's like
just
that. I wish
another
there
way-
was a "Can you get my drip? Can you get on my level?" check.
Yes.
Like,
I'm in a
can we
persuasion
both,
wink
Can we
wink.
both deceive this other guy? check?
Oh, okay. Then I'm gonna insight that
Ted.
you're being condescending.
You and all your sneaky nonsense.
What'd you get?
An 8.
Oh, okay.
I have a.
He's kind of like
17
looking at you.
An 18 insight.
Yes, the captain would So what we need really is these young sailors who are eager to work. Very hard workers. They've done a little bit of boat work, but they don't have the wisdom that you have. So if you could just ensure that Captain Skylark can help teach them boatcraft, as it were, and you can ensure that we are staying on course to arrive properly and safely at our destination.
So
Yes.
you hired me to be a captain. That's not what you need me to do.
Right. You know what? Could you come over here so I could just count out, make sure I have
Sure.
enough gold? And when we get sufficiently far enough away from Skylark, I'm like, look, man. Skylark has recruited all these children to be his crew, and he thinks that he's a captain, but he's a little bit over the rainbow, if it were. So what I'm going to do is just pay you the 20 gold to make sure we don't get shipwrecked or killed. Just get us to the town safely and back, right? Good. 20 gold in advance. Play along with it, mate.
Sure. He like gets on the boat and looks at the crew and he goes, "Oh, bins, needles. Good to see you."
Right. Okay.
have established
Everything's
that
in
both-
order. Captain Skylark, as soon as our good
guy's
friend
name?
Iona gets here, I believe we're ready to go, mate.
What is this captain's name?
I don't know. Captain, what's your name?
What is his name? You've been talking to him. It would have been rude for you not to ask his name.
Right. I introduced myself as Ray, and then following
Captain
that,
Iran Maydeen.
Your own was.
yes.
Aaron Maydeen.
Yeah.
So he said?
Yes.
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 All
That was
right.
inspired.
Yes.
Is it? Is it inspiring? Captain.
It's an abbreviation. It's I, which stands for Ionis, Ron, and Madine.
Oh.
I, Ron, Madine.
I knew that when I wrote it out, it would make more sense. Okay. Iron Madden. All right.
Alright.
We've established that pins and needles are wearing 2 eye patches apiece.
Such a
That's not what
pleasure
we've
to meet
established.
We established
Mr. Medine.
It's not the
It's
case.
in our headcanon now.
Now, doing like a firm handshake.
This is Captain. It's a pleasure to be serving
Right.
alongside you
Yes.
while we ensure the safety and appropriate training of such a fresh and exuberant crew.
Well said, Captain Medine. Let's
Yes,
get
and-
on board.
And these
then.
are me
Yes.
mates. And I'm in like.
These are you mates.
These are
I'm,
my
now I'm
gonna
going
be
into
that kind of
pirate
voyage.
accent.
All right.
Arr, these pins and needles and
I've
Frankie and me
met
first
Pins and
mate
Needles
Georgie.
actually quite competent sailors. They've been on my ships before.
Georgie's me first mate. Georgie's like a 14-year-old girl.
Georgina.
No, Georgie.
Georgie.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
know. Full name is Georgina.
It's
Right.
Georgina.
Georgina.
Well, we're
Off we sail
off we sail to
Yes.
Pablum. You've been there before?
several times. Yeah.
What's it like?
It's a small town. Filled
What's
with
the food
rough
like?
people.
What are the women like?
Food, the women, I don't.
What are the men like?
They, relative to the women, they have penises. I don't know.
Yes.
I like you.
Excellent.
Let's go.
Oh, let's
boy.
I would like to know how cramped it is on this small ship with
It's snug.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, half giant, captain. How many children? Like,
5. They're not. They're like teenagers.
Yeah.
okay.
By like
Don't call them children.
dock town standards in the Middle Ages, they're like young adults.
Yeah.
They're between 13 and 17.
3 of them are in a trench coat.
You know,
They're not gnomes or halflings.
like straight from the cast of Newsies.
I'm
They're old enough to go work in a factory and get their fingers torn off.
Yeah.
adult fisherman.
They're like the best rat catchers in the dock.
It's true.
So we know that the ship will be relatively clean.
Yeah. So we're ready. When everybody's there, we set sail.
You do. You successfully set sail. And a day and a half later, you pull up on a small town. It has a wall that's substantial.
It has a wall.
Alright.
A wall,
Ooh.
palisades. Yeah.
We're flying the Commonwealth flag, so.
I would just like to say that on the way there, I will have attempted to approach the quiet one at least 3 times.
And he remains quiet,
Okay.
though mildly annoyed.
Okay.
Right. So, here we are. Now, what are we doing here? This is the last place Kane was supposed to be, right? Let's go find him.
Now we'll just go speak to everyone in town
Let's just go knock on all the doors.
until we find out where he could
was
be.
he supposed to be?
Just here in Pablo.
Right, but like, where's the
Like, where's he stationed?
where's the
place
herb
you last
biologists,
explored?
exozoologists, Pablum North Colony, famous person place that he was supposed to have been stationed at?
He wasn't stationed anywhere.
Well, he was here for a reason, right?
Okay.
yeah, he
So,
Why don't we
frequently
start
takes
by
explorations.
Oh, so he was just here on his
He's
own.
here on a
let's
on a
just
ship of
say
wanderlust.
let's secure our lodging
Yes,
and
for everyone.
base out of there, and then we can go ask him, right?
Right.
Captain, you've been here before. Where's a decent place where a learned man might stay, an inn where he might stay, where it would be relatively safe?
Really, only one inn, and I mean the whole town is about 100 people. So,
Right. So we go to the inn.
sure.
So regardless, we would go to the inn and acquire rooms.
Sure.
Rooms here are less cheap than other places because it's a limited supply.
Can we
There's-
4 up in a room kind of deal?
There's like a common room if all you
Yeah,
want. If
just
all of you
a
want to
place
do
to
like a
sleep.
hostel
Well,
style.
I say the crew can all have a common room.
I mean, the
and-
crew will sleep on the boat.
Right. What about the aft giant? You can sleep in the common room. Would you mind sleeping in the common room with all of us?
It'd be okay.
Might have to lay out a couple bedrolls for you on account of the fact that you're bigger than 2 beds.
I'll go up to the
Well, I don't
person
mind
behind
sleeping
the
on the
counter.
ground.
This place isn't like walled off from like nature, I presume, and that's how Adelaide was able to just kind of waltz out of here at his leisure.
I mean, nobody was stopping him from leaving.
Right.
Right? I
But
mean,
there's
it's
no, like,
walled
natural
off.
barricades.
There's not natural barricades, there's man-made barricades
And
to
walls.
protect against, like, this is the frontier
Right.
of Commonwealth, right? So they've built these palisades in order to, like, protect against would-be marauders.
Okay.
You don't know, I mean, there's been gnolls, there's been goblins, you know that centaurs are a thing, and you know that snake folk are a thing. So, like, there's ample reason to be concerned about, you know, the wilds. You've encountered dire wolves and saber-toothed tigers and all kinds of things. So,
Right.
if for no other reason to keep like the dangerous like wildlife out, there are walls, but they're not like it's not like a prison. Nobody's like under lock and key.
Okay. He could always sleep outside. I can provide him a comfortable 8-hour accommodation if he needs more
I mean,
space.
I could provide me a comfortable, my people sleep outside.
Right, but in groups, no? We want to
Typically.
ensure that you don't come to harm while you're out here.
Oh, that's reasonable. I don't really know this area.
I want to talk to the person behind the counter.
Okay,
How much for a room?
4 gold.
Okay. Do they have like double beds?
Common room. How much?
Per person?
Yeah.
2 silver.
Right. Common room it is. Can we get ourselves a whole lot in a common room?
Including the big one.
Sure.
Probably. It might be snug, but
Anybody else in the common rooms?
not currently.
Good. We'll take it. Now, let me ask you another question, if you don't mind, mate. We're looking for an old friend of ours. See, I'm an employee of the Bards College in
Sure.
Commonwealth. I'm a cook, as it were, so if you're looking for anyone to cook a meal tonight, maybe you can have me do it. Now, but they're Bards at the Bards College, and we're looking for a man who was here. You might know him, very famous Adelaide Kane.
Oh, Kane was here. He left 3 weeks ago.
Oh, right. And
isn't
he
very
was staying here. Did he say where he was going? Was it out and about on an expedition here on the island?
I didn't particularly ask. I
Did
just
he-
kind of.
Did he go alone?
I'm not sure.
Okay.
Some other folks in town I know.
Right, right. Well, very good. So we can stow our stuff in the common room, right?
Yeah.
And it's safe.
Yeah.
Good. All right.
I could play some music if you like.
He kind of like looks out into the lobby that has only you folks in it, and he says, "I mean, if you prefer, by all means."
Well, I'll start playing outside the front door. We'll see if we can get some people in here.
Oh,
Good idea, Skylar. Good idea.
Is it?
make a perform check.
All right. 20.
How many people are in this town?
I go outside and I start singing and playing on my lute, and I put my whole heart into it, and I have a 29 to performance.
You put 95% of your heart into it.
Oh, okay.
Okay, cool. Lots of people start to take notice. Several. They
Yay.
seem pleased.
I would like to suggest that we stow our expedition supplies here in the common room that we have acquired.
Okay.
And
Rather than on the boat?
oh yeah, good point. Well, I'm assuming that if he's if he went out on an expedition, that he would have had to supply up. So we should talk to like general store people, but also maybe if there's an apothecary of any kind.
You're on my page.
Oh, that's a good idea.
So let's go do that.
Is there an
What
apothecary
are
in this
the
tiny town, or just
general
a general
stores
store?
or outfitters?
There's 2 like expedition outfitters because that's really what this town does. Is like launch expeditions.
2 REIs.
No, it's an RAI and an Air One. And then there is like a general like apothecary herbalist, like essentially like a medicine person who has a small shop. And
Well,
that shop is
let's not
called-
split the party.
Okay. That shop is called Tinctures.
Tinctures.
Just tinctures.
Okay.
Wow.
Okay.
Cool.
No, that's its name. Tinctures.
I got
Ellipsis.
it. Nope. I got
Just.
Just tinctures.
You look in the window,
Don't feed the
surprisingly, many things, not just tinctures,
Yeah.
but
Right. Okay. Well, we go there
Maybe some
first then.
tisane.
okay. Yeah. You
What?
enter tinctures, just tinctures, and you see a half elf female at the counter. Like she looks up as you walk in expectantly.
Hello.
Oh, greetings.
Hi, what a lovely store you have.
Thank you.
Is it
We.
just the tinctures?
I wasn't
No,
gonna.
I'm sorry.
I wasn't
It's,
going to be that person.
The store was already named when I moved in. I apologize. I took over for someone else.
Right.
We're here visiting from Commonwealth.
Oh, wonderful.
We were wondering if you, in more than 3 weeks ago, have seen Mr. Adelaide Kane?
Adelaide Kane. Sorry, chap. He, Yes.
Sorry, chap?
He was. I can't really go into it. I'm sure you understand. It's a professional courtesy, but
Oh, like HIPAA. Okay.
he. I saw him a few times after his return. Yeah.
When was the last time you saw him?
Maybe 4.5 weeks ago.
4.5 weeks ago. Okay. Outside of the things which you cannot talk about, is there anything about him that you can talk about?
You see,
Because
we want to
clearly
find
he's
him.
been gone for a while, and
We're concerned for
looking
his
for him.
well-being.
I'm afraid that I take my relationships with my customers very seriously. I wouldn't want to share any information that they would be uncomfortable sharing themselves.
All right, but we want to bring him back here so he can buy more things for you.
That's not how this commerce works.
I'm afraid you have me at a loss.
Yes. Unfortunately, if I were to share all of Mr. Kane's secrets, my reputation would be somewhat harmed. And people would be less inclined to come back to me in the future.
So you know that he's safe.
I don't know that. I haven't spoken to him in 4.5 weeks.
Well, the Commonwealth has reason to believe that his safety may be in jeopardy as he's been gone for longer than normal.
That is true. My understanding was he had returned to Commonwealth.
Oh.
He's probably fine. It's only been a few weeks.
Can you tell us whether he chartered a boat to do so?
I couldn't tell you. I don't know. You might talk to the dockmaster.
About how frequently did he come in? Can you say that?
He was in quite frequently just before he left.
But you can't say why.
I'm afraid not.
That's a bummer.
I'm sorry to hear that. Is there anything I can do for you, or would you like to make any purchases today?
Sure. What you got by the way of healing?
I have healing potions.
How much are they?
60 gold.
Okay. That's not much of a markup. It's a markup. It's not much of a markup. I'll pass today.
Okay. You guys know because you've been in Commonwealth long enough. There's essentially a 12% markup on all goods in the region, due to the transportation cost of getting it here. So
Okay.
it's actually a pretty common price for a healing potion. Anything?
Is there anything that you can tell us about him that wouldn't jeopardize your business? You see, we're concerned with his well-being as we are tasked with finding him by the Commonwealth and the Council.
Sure. The only thing I could say is that perhaps you should talk to some of the folks that were on the crew that went with him
Oh.
to the north. They might have better insight with less restriction to share than I do.
Where might we find them?
Some of them live in town here, but some of them are in the inn or in some of the taverns nearby.
Oh. Okay, well,
I don't know why
what
I
were
was
their
that's a
under,
very good
I
idea.
don't know why I was under the impression that they were all dead.
Do you have any of their
Right.
names? Could you provide their names of the crew?
She gives you 3 names.
Okay.
Argyle, Anthradine, and Stephen.
Love it.
Superb.
Oh, Stephen.
Well, in a town this size, it shouldn't be hard to track them down and buy them a drink. Thank you
I'm
so
sure it
much
would
for
not
your
be
help.
challenging to buy a drink.
Thank you for your time.
I put 2 gold on our counter.
Oh, thank you.
How many? Are there any other? I'm assuming there's a tavern in this
There's a couple.
100. Really? Okay.
Yeah.
Here, I'll invest.
It's like a small town in Illinois. There's 11 churches, 13 bars, and 1 hotel.
I have a 12 to investigate the whole town.
There are 3 taverns. There's one inn. No churches because there aren't churches. What?
I would want to go ask about, like, I think we should follow up with all those leads. Let's go to one of the outfitters, the general store things.
Sure. There's 2 of them.
I go to one. of
Sure.
them.
What's it called?
Rei.
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 Now you're just choosing consonants and vowels.
All right.
Reis.
Rheai.
No, it's just
Rei.
the vowels are hard, so it's just R-E-I. Rei.
So,
Rei.
so what?
It's
is
like
it
my
called-
name, but with an I at the end.
What is it called that's not gonna get us sued by a company?
Okay, it's let's just call it Manfrotto's. Manfrotto's.
Sure. Yeah.
And Frodo's.
Manfrotto.
Manfrotto's. It's fine.
Okay.
So
The South Face.
we go to Manfrotto's general store. I need to buy a whole bunch of little things,
Okay.
and while buying little things, would like to casually ask if they know who Adelaide King is.
Sure.
Older man. Has he shopped here before?
We
What kind
did.
of
We
things?
actually commissioned his last expedition.
Right, really? Yeah. So I'm a big fan of his. See, I'm a cook, so
Oh.
I collect ingredients as well. I go on my own.
Right.
And these are Bards, my friends from the Bards College.
Oh, excellent.
Yes.
Yeah.
So we're actually hoping to connect with Mr. Kane, and the last time.
Yeah. Unfortunately, the last expedition that we assisted him with ended poorly, and he had to have a rescue party sent after him. Only 4 individuals actually made it back. The rest were dealt with in various.
No. Could you tell us more about
Oh.
it? Me friend Michael is really good at writing things down.
Apparently, they were taken captive by some snake people. I don't know.
Where was this?
No.
What's that?
Where was it?
Apparently, it was to the north. The rescue party that came back said it was to the northwest.
Right.
On an island. There was like a ziggurat type structure, like a stone tower, but down.
Right. Okay.
Oh dear. They were
Some tower
sacrificed.
by
We was hoping to talk to somebody
How would
who
you get
was
to
a
that
survivor.
conclusion,
Yeah.
Scholar?
Well, Argyle, the 3 crew members that returned
That's
were
what they do.
survivors. Argyle and
Anthrodine,
Anthrodine and
Stephen.
Stephen?
Argyle. Oh.
Right. So they might know a little bit more about it.
They would know the most about it, would be my guess.
Do you know?
This is Argyle we're talking to, presumably?
No, this is the owner of the outfitter of
His name is
Manfrotto's.
Urban.
Everything keeps pointing to the tavern. Just our luck.
Do you know what tavern they're staying at, or where we could find them in town?
Well, they're known to be rambunctious drunks, so
Great.
one
Check the
of
taverns.
yeah, I mean, there's 3 of them, and all 3 of them are next to each other, so
All right.
it's very strange. Yeah, I
Right.
didn't design the layout of this town.
Okay.
Well, I'd like to purchase a few things if you've got a crowbar, reliable
I do.
in stock. Of course, I'd like to get some soap and some fishing tackle.
Oh, okay. Yes.
Yeah.
Those are
So-
3 very different items.
Right.
He's gonna MacGyver
So
something.
crowbar's usually 2. So what is it here?
3.
3.
Oh, and I'll need some horse feed. Well, pony feed.
So fishing tackle's 1.
1.5.
Soap. So 3, 4.5, and soap.
I guess soap is probably the same.
It's coppers.
If it's under 5 gold, just use the book price. It's fine. I don't care.
Okay.
What were you saying? I'm sorry.
Oh, sorry.
Pony feed.
Yeah.
Oh, yes, we have feed. Did you want oats or hay or?
Pony.
Well, it's for the road, so mostly hay, I'd say.
Well, both are.
They're both dried goods.
They're both portable.
I mean, neither of them are super portable, but
Both of them are equal levels of portability.
that's true.
All right. Then, yeah, the good stuff.
The good stuff. All right, it's 5 gold will get you 20 days worth of
Wow.
horse food,
Horse chow.
horse chow.
That's fine, thank you.
Comes in a bag labeled horse chow.
It's purine.
It's the whole bit and baboodle.
Nay, 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 nay.
Jesus. So you are all supplied, I suppose. You are in an outfitter's shop.
Oh,
Yeah. Do you
I was
require
on the phone.
things?
what kind of things do they have?
It's a general store. I don't like stuff in the player's handbook. I
Are
don't
they
know.
nice things?
No.
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 Are they selling any cloaks that say Supreme on the back?
No.
Juicy.
Great.
It's not really my aesthetic. So.
Oh, bricks.
He hears you commenting on this. He says, "Yeah, we're really more about function than form here. So maybe it's not for you.
You know, they can exist one and the same, but I appreciate what you're
Not
doing
at an
here.
affordable rate. Pretty useful or cheap. You get 2. Anything else I can do for you folks?
No, thank you. I think you've given us.
They have clothes.
Yeah.
Okay. I just buy a common clothes.
Okay.
Which is 5 silver, so I'll
one
give them a
common
gold.
clothes.
Perfect.
I need a set of common clothes because mine smell. And I take all that, roll it up, and I repack my backpack when we're out of the store at some point, and then I'm ready to go to the
All
inn.
the ink in that.
Okay.
Okay.
They have ball bearings.
How late is it?
To the tavern!
Not pretty ones.
That's okay.
Oh, okay. They do have ball bearings.
Okay.
How many sets of 1,000 ball bearings would you like?
Ooh.
Oh God!
5.
Don't
Okay.
give Iona
That is
control
substantially heavy.
over
It is
So
ball
what
bearings.
is kind of heavy? I'll just take 2.
Okay.
Bunch of bags of balls.
That is a lot of ball bearings.
A lot of balls.
Is it late enough for us to consider going to the taverns now to find them, or would it be?
I mean, you're assuming that they wouldn't be at the taverns all day.
Yeah, they
but
sound.
Well, we
They
would be
sound like
getting
they'd
in
be
there in
drinking
the
a
late.
lot.
It'd
Yeah,
probably
it'd
be
be
late
evening,
afternoon or evening by now anyway.
Presumably, they got to earn money somehow to get drinks. So
'Cause we
I
got
assume
in-
they have jobs here in town.
maybe.
Maybe
Maybe
they just
they've been
have
stipended
expedition
too.
money. Yeah.
Ooh.
FYI, I break while we're at the general store. I break 1 gold and get 10 silver back, so that when we do go back to the ship, so I can resort my backpack full of crap, I give Captain
Medine.
Medine 10 silver pieces for him and the kids to get like food or whatever they need to get.
Cool.
I mean, I know there's food on the ship, but like, get
Better
something
food,
fresh.
yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. He's pleased.
Your friendship points with him have gone up.
Right. You're 1 step closer to finishing your romantic quest line with Captain Iron Maiden.
Ah.
You guys are gonna head to the tavern or what?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
You guys head to the tavern, and it's as crowded as a tavern in a small town can be. So I guess quite.
What has been the general, like, if I walk in, what is the general reaction to a purple-skinned, hoofed-horned person walking into this place?
Yeah. So the benefit of frontier towns is they don't really give too much of a shit about
Excellent.
like who comes in, so much as they've got money.
Nice.
And so there's not like a big, like people aren't like knocking down the door to have conversations with you,
Right.
which would be just as weird.
Yeah.
But they're not like giving you like nervous looks. I mean, maybe a couple, but like in the vast room full of people, it's very limited.
Excellent. Doke.
Vast room of people.
There's probably 20 or 30 people in there,
Okay.
which is like a third of the town. Like,
So between the 3 taverns,
This is
which are
literally
all
all
next
this-
door
yeah.
to each other, there's a third in each tavern.
Do we see maybe a group of 3 that stand out?
that stand out. No, I mean you see several groups of 3,
Okay.
but
We'll just start talking to every
you do
group of
notice that
3.
there are no children in this town. Like this is a town entirely comprised of adults, like 20 to 40 somethings. Like you don't get the impression that this town is focused on like community and family. It's focused on like sending people north, finding stuff out, bringing cool stuff back, selling cool stuff.
Okay.
Rinse,
Like,
repeat.
yeah.
All right.
It's very much like the oil fields in like North Dakota.
I'll go up to the counter then. A round, please.
A round of
For
how
us.
many? Oh,
for,
okay.
for us. So.
Okay.
And Vesper. Is Vesper with us?
Yeah.
Mhm.
A round.
So that counts as 2.
That's so. Oop.
2, 4,
6, 7.
7.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
It's
Well, we
three-
should have
three
dinner
gold.
too. So
Oh, with food? Sure. That's 5 gold total.
steep.
I just let him.
I got it.
Oh well, if that's all, then just get a round for everyone in here.
What?
Wrong. I'm not paying for that. He's funny. He likes to tell jokes.
Oh,
We'll be sitting over that big round table, so bring the ales over and the food whenever it's ready. And while we're at it, you ever seen a man named Adelaide Kane?
oh, sure. We all see Adelaide Kane.
Right,
used
right.
to-
We heard that maybe a couple of the guys that was on the crew with him might be hanging out here. What's their names? Sweater?
Argyle, Anthrodine, and Steven.
Right.
Oh yeah, they're at the table. He looks at like he points to the table next to the table you pointed to.
Perfect, mate. Thanks.
Well, you gotta buy a round for those
Sweater.
3. I mean, I've gotta.
Oh.
You stay out of
Oh,
this.
okay.
10-4.
That's a gold, I guess.
All right. Bloop.
Sure. Perfect.
I go sit down at the table next to them. What do they look like? Who are they? Are they humans? Dwarves?
They are 2 humans and a dwarf. The dwarf is Anthrodine, She's a lady.
Does she have a beard?
No. And the humans obviously are Stephen and Argyle. Stephen has like spectacles and like has like notebooks open, is like jotting stuff down. Clearly the nerd of the group. And then the other two are just there. It looks like they're hucking dice on the table.
Oh, well done.
They're at this big round table too.
No.
What's
They're at the
happening?
they're at the
next to
table,
us.
like the
Oh,
booth
okay.
next to the booth that you guys.
Okay,
are.
I'm gonna sit here and wait for our food and drink. You lot, go talk to him.
Sit down next to
Yeah.
the nerd.
Yeah.
He like looks over and goes, oh.
I like your penmanship.
He starts like jotting down notes. You look over his shoulder, and he's like clearly like writing out a profile of you.
Wait, just so I'm
Clearly,
sure.
clearly an individual born of the sea, finned ears and
Is that
feet.
out loud?
No. This is like you're looking at what he's writing. He's like writing it as he's jotting it down. His
Oh.
penmanship is in fact fantastic.
That's why I said it. Wait, just so I'm sure, because I was gone for a short amount of time.
We killed everyone, and these are the only 3 people left.
Yeah, that makes sense. These are the crew members that last saw.
The only survivors from the crew that went on the expedition with Adelaide in the first place that had to have a rescue party sent for it.
Okay. Okay.
Okay.
Cool.
These are the only survivors from Serpent's Tower, as you may have played or seen at cons this year.
Really?
All 12 of you.
It was like 4 tables.
Yeah,
Fun.
So like
that's cool.
50.
Your penmanship is fantastic.
Oh, thank you.
Besides my visage, what are you taking? What are taking notes on?
I've never encountered any like kind of like takes a lean back to like peruse. Is this Triton?
You're correct.
Hey, look at
I-
that! Look at me knowing stuff.
I'm so pleased that you know.
I'm glad that
From the table, I say, it's not hard to figure out.
she could have been a mermaid, or I mean, those are really the only 2 options.
Sea elf.
Or the sea elves have been extinct for decades, centuries.
Sure.
Ooh.
That was not part of this.
Technology introduced into primitive society.
Right.
Careful.
Sea elves have been extinct for centuries. You couldn't be a sea elf, but
Okay.
Triton, mermaid, there are a few other underwater denizens that she could fit the profile of, but the bipedalness and lack of fin indicates Triton,
Here.
as well as your finned ears.
I like that you know things.
Nerd.
I know many things. I'm
Yes.
a biologist.
I like that. A biologist.
Hmm?
What's your name?
My name is Stephen.
Last name?
What's happening?
Are you
Spraying
spritzing
her with
her?
bug spray? What's going on?
What are you doing?
What's happening?
Oh, I see what's going on here.
True love.
Stephen Anders.
Happy to meet you. My name
Yes.
is Iona Moore. We've traveled here looking for someone who you've previously found.
Found?
Yes, you were on the last rescue mission, weren't you?
No.
They
he-
were
He was
rescued.
on the original
No,
team.
we were rescued.
Oh,
Yes.
okay.
We've been getting it confused
I-
since we got this mission.
Okay. Cool,
We
cool,
need
cool.
to-
So Adelaide Kane went on an expedition.
Okay, no,
went
I'm
missing.
it's-
Rescue party rescued Adelaide Kane. That's Serpent's Tower that's been played at cons this year. Adelaide Kane came back with
Yep.
those 3 survivors to Pablum, and then abruptly left about 3 weeks ago.
Yeah.
Okay. So wait, these are the 3 survivors.
These are the other 3 survivors, yes.
I got it. Okay, so
Of about 40.
you've been on an expedition with Adelaide Kane before.
That's correct. We're here with him. We're not sure why. We're irritated with him because we were expecting to go on another expedition soon, but he has left.
Oh, well, we're the rescue team assigned to find him.
Oh,
Did he tell you where he was going?
yes. Not in so many words.
What were the words?
He's struggled since we returned. He's been stricken with a degree of madness, I'm afraid, and was constantly complaining about a, quote, missing piece. He murmured and
A missing piece.
whispered about a missing piece. The last time we saw him, he went north from here in search of what he referred to as the Pale Serpent.
Cool.
Gross.
So let's go back to the beginning. When you guys first came up here, why was that? What was you?
Go on an expedition.
Yeah, but for what?
Well, we all have different research interests, but he was here to research the gustatory and alchemical benefits of this region, and I was here to investigate the denizens, the fauna, as it were.
What does gustatory mean?
Food.
Gotcha. Okay. That makes sense. And what did you guys get into that you needed to be rescued?
We were abducted by serpent people.
That's horrible.
You are telling me I was there. Many of us were eliminated.
So you think he went by himself back to where you guys almost got killed and had to be rescued?
No.
Well, if he's gone mad.
Or are you thinking that he went somewhere else?
On the way, before we were captured, he took a small landing party and encountered what he referred to as the Pale Serpent.
Oh.
Right? You keep saying that.
And when he left, he told us that he was going to have a conversation with the Pale Serpent in order to find the, quote, missing piece. I don't really know what that means, but
Would you? I'm sorry, we haven't taken the time to introduce ourselves. And we go around the table and do so.
With a flourish and a doff of my captain's hat.
okay.
We're all bards, except for that one.
I'm a
And
cook.
So this is a relevant mission for all of us.
Is
Would
it?
you perhaps
I don't know that that is a cause and effect relationship. Would I perhaps?
like to assist us? Come with us in finding your companion. If you have work to do with him, we need to make sure he's all right. It seems as we have a copacetic purpose here on this island.
Oh, pay her no heed. She's in the habit of asking very large favors from strangers.
Oh, we'd be very pleased to find Adelaide and get back to the business of expeditions.
Oh, really? Oh, okay.
Yes, we're scientists, researchers, in fact.
They want to do the research, Skylark.
There's not much to research here. We already know what's here.
Well,
How can we explore things that have already been explored? That's not exploring.
let's research the
carousing.
Pale Serpent then, and I promise that's not a pickup line.
All right.
Although I like your style. You should call me.
I don't know much about the pelt. We weren't on that away expedition per se. He seemed very pleased when he returned from it, as if it was some sort of, I don't know, helpful creature in some way.
Okay. Oh,
A benign creature.
is it a he or a she?
Or in it.
Well, I suppose it
I
doesn't
don't.
matter.
I
Or
don't
a
know
they.
the nature of the creature. Adelaide is a he.
Did this madness that you speak of that he may be inflicted with, did it start to manifest before or after he met with the Pale Serpent?
It occurred after we were taken captive.
Okay.
My expectation would it was some result from the trauma of being taken captive and seeing 35 of the people who are depending on you for their survival not survive.
Cool. I mean, not cool, but
It's not cool.
it's not cool.
Right. Looks like our food and drink is here. Feel free to join us as we continue.
Oh!
Skylark here bought you another round as well.
Oh, that's very kind of you. We were just
You're welcome.
playing a dice game. But that's fine.
No, please continue your game.
It's interrupted. It's fine. It's like a narrative thing. And don't worry about it.
Right. Very well.
It's a storytelling exercise. It's fine.
I enjoy the fresh food that we paid for
Mhm.
and drink.
Sure.
I would like to make a subtle perception roll, just as I am seeming to enjoy the food and drink. I want to
Okay.
glance around the rest of the bar and see if there's anyone who is stridering us, just sitting in the corner clocking us. Maybe.
Scan me.
Okay. I'm like, nope, no one's here. That's
Yeah,
true.
why would anybody be watching you?
Right.
That's crazy.
It's crazy.
Poppycock.
Even with that check, you do notice that several people are glancing at Vesper
Yeah, sure.
in a very
What is that
confused
thing?
manner.
Yeah.
He introduced himself, didn't he?
Yes,
Going
he's
around.
still a half giant.
Oh.
Is it
He's still real BS.
human?
Yes.
Shouldn't be so judgy. Great.
All right, let's down some food
Me or
and
the
drink.
people looking at the giant?
The people looking at the giant.
They're not
And you
upset.
sometimes.
They're just like, oh, what's that?
I'll ask the bartender if I can play a little bit.
He kind of fine.
Talking about
whatever.
me or Mateus?
Yeah.
There you go.
I'll
get into it
sing
later.
the Song of the Leviathan
Oh,
The song of the Leviathan.
with a 27 performance.
you
It's
successfully
big.
sing the song of the Leviathan.
It's big, it's
you-
slimy, and it's scary, and don't collect its water. Because it turns to water elementals, and then you cry, and then all your money-making schemes are failed. And you almost die, Nadir.
You,
They turn
I don't know
into
why.
water elementals, and they're your best friends forever. They tell you the
we're
secrets of the
bad
ancient ones.
bards.
you sing a gripping tale that instills both fear and joy, panic and delight into the crowd as your words lead them on an adventure through mostly the region that they're living in currently.
Jeez.
Here on the frontier where there's not as many protections.
At one point, the camera cuts away to Peter Jackson's children, who all do this.
Yeah, it's very successful.
Great.
The mood in the
It doesn't
tavern
end
is
in
very
a
subdued.
pleasant way, so
No.
the story does not end
It's
in
not
a
a
pleasant
good
way.
tale.
I applaud in
It's a
rapture
tale
when
of
it's
Oh,
love.
sure, everyone
Well done,
applauds.
well
and
done,
kind of-
bravo.
You have successfully inspired most people to leave the bar.
Woo!
That is how
That's the
moving
way I
your
like it.
performance is.
Oh no.
That it moved them to physically move because now they feel terrified about the place they live.
Oh
Well done.
no. I have not improved business for this tavern whatsoever.
Well, in a way you did. I mean, we did buy 7 meals
Yeah,
and
well.
ale. At,
I'll just look sheepishly over at the bartender.
He's like,
I'll play a funny song next time.
why couldn't you play a funny song the last time?
I don't know.
This is a song about
I'm
farts.
still in school. I'm just learning.
So it's largely like there's you and then the 3 of Adelaide's associates, the bartender, and like 2 or 3 other like people that have like decided that they're too drunk to be afraid and that they'd like to continue that.
you staying at this inn? You lot.
There's only one inn in town. We We have a bunkhouse for the
right.
research team. Yeah.
So
Oh, fancy.
I was
It's-
wondering
it's not.
if you know where that last location was, where Cain had discovered the pale serpent, right?
Well, he took the away team he took a smaller vessel.
We've got a smaller vessel. We think maybe if you figure out where.
I mean, we could point you to where he left us from
right.
and the direction he did so, but I don't know exactly where he found this entity, whatever it is.
And you feel like he definitely, that next step would take us on a boat off this island and to the next.
Mhm.
Right. Well, maybe, would you be up for a trip tomorrow then? Or to point us in the right direction?
Sure. Do you have room for us?
We can make room.
Can you?
Certainly try.
All right.
That boat is going to capsize under the weight of
We'll just strap
the
the
half
children
giant,
to the mast.
the pony, the children, the expedition people.
Iona can swim.
Just troll on the back. It'll be fine.
Yeah.
For 3 days. Yeah, that'd
Don't
be
bother
fine.
me none.
Well, if not, we have to make a decision about chartering another boat.
Oh, well,
It could be that.
that would be well outside of our means, wouldn't it?
Well, I'm not talking about a big ship. I'm saying a second small boat, just to
Like
follow
to drag
along.
behind the other one?
No,
Do you all have a boat?
No, Adelaide took it.
Oh, of course.
unfortunate.
Okay.
Can you sail?
Argyle is quite an accomplished sailor. He also studies oceanic pressures.
Oh, I see.
Maybe a few
You
of
suffer a
the
different
crew
kind of
members.
oceanic pressures.
Oh my god!
Your
Maybe the
oceanic
pony and a
pressures
few
are
of the crew
familial.
members could stay here for a few days. Skylark, what do you think of maybe a few of your crew members and the pony could stay here so we could take them? On account of the fact that we kind of need them to show us the way.
It depends on how they feel about being left in a strange town. But, you
right.
know, if
It's
I
a
give
small
them
town.
some gold, maybe they'll think of it as a vacation.
Sure, right.
The vacation from the job they started 3 days ago.
Your first paid vacation, boys. Congratulations.
And girl.
You are moving up in the world.
Men's and ladies.
All right, well, shall we set sail tomorrow?
Tomorrow, right.
Sure.
Time for a good sleep.
Any of the
We-
crew members would be.
Will not
Willing to
want
take
to
said
overload
vacation.
the boat
Sure.
in any case.
Which crew members are you leaving off the boat?
The one guy that nobody messes with, he probably just doesn't want to be messed with, so he could be left behind.
Okay.
Uh,
He looks a little disappointed, but that's fine.
Just
Watch,
needs-
we find out that like this whole time he was a sorcerer, and
Oh yeah, obviously he was an archmage.
yeah,
Puts his crackling fingers in his pockets.
He shares a very small appreciation for botany and actually really wanted to go along.
Right.
Just whoever we need to round out the crew. Like,
Well, you need to make room for 3.
oh, okay.
quiet
well then,
gin and pins and needles.
no,
Get off.
No,
No,
yeah, pins and needles
good
get out.
ones.
No, they're
I
not.
thought you said
They're
Georgie
not.
was your.
Pins and needles are not the good ones.
Needles are the competent
Frank and
ones.
Georgie are my right and left hand
All right.
minions on
So
the streets.
the pony, Quiet Jim, and Pins and Needles are gonna stay in the stables of the inn and watch the pony, and we'll give them a silver for each day.
Are you kidding?
Why?
You
Why
can't
not?
live on a silver a
All right,
day.
fine. 2 silver a day.
You
Yes,
absolutely
yes, you can.
2 silver a day. 10 silver is skilled labor.
Or you give them
These
whatever
are
you
kids
want.
that were like
For the
in
sake of the
docks
party, I'm
killing
willing to
rats.
bankroll 2 silver a day,
Oh, well.
unless you want to up that ante. But you know what? Here, I tell the innkeeper, here's 2 silver to let the pony and this pack of kids hang out in your barn. feed them whatever leftover slop there is, and they could spend their own money if they want. Here's 10 silver.
Oh, okay.
See you in a few days. You are not there. You don't know. 99 gold in my pouch. 99 gold in my pouch.
You started with
Take one out.
375.
Pay for all of Skylark's followers. 99 gold in my pouch is left.
Pretty much. Well, here, I've got some money. I'll just... What, there's 3 of them?
Yeah.
Here, 5 gold each.
Oh.
I'm just hand it to them. I'm gonna hand them each 5 gold and say,
Oh.
don't spend all of this if you don't feel like it,
It's
but do
office.
if you do
Oh my
feel like
God.
it.
Wow.
They're dumbass kids. They're
And-
gonna-
They
and
look
then-
at each other and they're like doing the math, and you know that they're like counting out how many rat tails they're
Oh
currently
yeah,
holding.
like a lot.
500 rat tails. Yeah,
Yes.
it's a lot of rat tails.
And I'll give them
Each.
all big giant Skylark the Everfree hugs, and tell them that I'll be
TM,
back
TM.
soon with tales of danger and glory and treasure, and that we're going to have a huge celebratory party, and that we're going to eat things that no one has eaten before because we're going to bring back a guy who's invented different foods that nobody even knows about.
Nobody?
No?
Ooh, okay. They're real excited to spend your money. You guys,
I get a great night's sleep
sure.
with my golden drugs in my pouch, under my shirt, with my arms crossed like this, and a dagger in my hand.
Have you cut the rest of that drugs yet, or is
Nope.
it still
It's
concentrated
concentrate
and
half vial.
nonsense? All right,
So you could just kill a band with that.
Yep.
maybe. Yeah, probably.
Watch
Yeah.
your food every morning.
You better not irritate him too badly. The next day, you get to the boat, and Captain
Nadine.
Iron
Medine?
Nadine
Oh, you guys.
is
He's not the captain.
he's like looking over the crew, and he's like,
Now we've got an even more unusual crew.
no, it's just it's fine. Let's go.
I told you we should.
What? I mean,
It's fine.
did you
It's
get
fine.
attached to pins and needles?
No, they're competent sailors. Like they've done this before.
Oh, wait.
As opposed to Frankie and George,
Frankie
who
and
have
George.
never been on a boat before.
Frankie and George, run back to the stables. Get pins and needles. Tell them to come here. That they're
No.
working for the money. And you guys go to the stables with the pony.
They're like, oh, okay. And they look at you and they're like,
Captain.
All right. Have fun.
oh!
I've never had fun before.
Now, all of my street urchins are redonk rich.
You're gonna ruin the
Urchins
street
no
urchin
more.
economy.
Economy.
I was just gonna
Um,
say we should have a spin-off
single-handedly
show
funding
called Rat Tales.
It
Tales
takes
from the
literally
streets.
a minute and a half for them to go and get pins and needles, and pins and needles return, replacing George and Frankie
Funding
on
Scott's
the boat.
task here.
And Captain Madine is much less irritated because now he thinks he can actually make this boat move.
Okay.
This is where are we going?
We're going.
North. Tell them where we're going. Argyle and
Argyle's like, oh, there's an island to the north, and that's where we were taken captive from. Blah blah blah. And so you guys start heading north.
Cool.
Want to establish that Iona is just raptured by the scientists.
All of
and
them?
is- I don't
Any
know.
in particular?
What do the rest of them do?
Well, there's the one who's focused on
Oceanic pressures.
oceanic pressures.
Interested in that.
There's
And
the one
Steven.
who's Steven, who's interested in what was he interested in?
Uh,
Biology.
biology.
specifically?
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
I definitely hook Steve and Vesper up. I'm like, you guys have stuff to talk about. I'm writing this down.
Okay.
And what is Anthrodene's specialty?
Cultures,
Cool.
Like,
as might be appropriate with the name Anthrodene.
Shut up.
wait, not like bacteria cultures then.
No, like people and how they interact.
Okay.
And
as
then,
society.
wait, what was the guy with the ocean?
That's our guy.
Argyle.
Oh, well then
Who's
I'll,
also an
I'll
accomplished
chat her up
sailor.
about the. I have questions about the serpent people culture.
Yeah,
if you're
it's
comfortable,
terrible.
If you're comfortable speaking about it, of course.
Sure, no one should interact with it. It's awful.
Maybe a bit more.
They sacrifice people.
Sure.
We've
saw
witnessed
that.
it. We've
They've also taken over ancient dwarven ziggurats.
Oh, is that why they go down?
Oh. I didn't know they were originally dwarven. That's very interesting.
We didn't either until we were in them. Yeah.
What else did you learn while inside the ziggurats? Anything noteworthy? Weaknesses?
Weaknesses? I don't know that they particularly have any weaknesses. They're quite dangerous and quite vile creatures, to be honest. They seem to be very aggressive and very manipulative and have strange magics that allow them to speak to you just by looking at you. Similar to bard magic, but I'm sure much more scary. Bards would never, good bards would never be so devious in their use of said spells, would be my guess.
Oh no,
They
we
look
only use
around
it
much.
to flirt.
Wait, we're here with bards. We just got away from this nonsense. How this could be bad.
We just got away from this nonsense.
Charm magic that affects your ability to concentrate and think clearly. They just got away from that nonsense. And now they're
I thought
surrounded
she meant
by
that
a
they
group
just got
of
away
people
from
that are very
bards.
good at that.
Oh,
We've been
we're
followed by
harmless.
minstrels for days.
But it takes about a half a day, but you get to what looks like it was like it's been 6 months, but there is still evidence that a camp was here.
Oh,
It's clearly 6 months old, and they say, well, this was where we camped. He set off east.
East. Well,
then
I'm
we'll
gonna
set off
roll it.
east as well.
Perception check.
For what?
I don't know.
So
Is
when
there
we-
anything like?
When we make land, we need to like let the crew and the captain know to like hang out here, have set up a base camp, right?
sure.
We need to be able to get our way back to them. They need to know like the what ifs.
Oh yeah.
So
If we die,
if a tribe of snake people comes, get on the ship and go away and come back in a day.
Okay.
Like, don't try to fight them. Like get away. Even if that means we get left on the island.
Okay.
That kind of thing.
gotcha.
Right?
Nadir checks in periodically. He, after a while, says, what are we looking for?
The pale serpent.
What?
We're
A
looking.
serpent.
Adelaide
that is
Kane
pale.
is
By checks in, you
researching
mean like sending
the pale
kind of
serpent.
No, he's around. He's just not, like, involved in all the conversations because
Oh,
he's
okay,
off
okay,
doing
right.
other things.
I didn't know that we counted him into this.
Yes.
Yeah.
With us.
He's with you guys.
Okay,
yeah.
okay.
But he says,
Yeah, I'll recap it for him.
a serpent who is pale or
Yeah.
a creature or entity known as the pale
A
serpent?
Creole
A creature or
pale-
I
entity
assumed
known
the
as.
latter.
The pale
Could be
serpent.
both.
I'm assuming it's capitals.
Let's not do that. Let's do anything else.
Well, let's find Cain.
We have to
That's
find
what
Cain.
we're doing.
Kane was looking
And
for
Cain
the
was
missing
looking
piece.
for the serpent who would tell him about the missing piece.
Specifically, the pale serpent.
Yeah,
Yes.
they've said it like, oh, you
Why
weren't
are
here, I'm
you
sorry.
afraid of the pale serpent, and why is it bad?
Yeah. Why is it bad?
I'm not afraid of the pale serpent. It's fine. It's just a thing. That's probably nothing.
I don't need an insight
I'm
check
not
to
good
tell
at
me
insight,
that you
but
are
I don't know.
absolutely afraid of the pale serpent in here.
It's fine. It's fine. I don't know. It's probably fine. It's probably nothing.
That's not by your face.
I came across a story one time. It's fine. I don't know to what
A
degree
story.
Tyler wants to share
Of
things
course.
about him, so I don't know if
Oh,
he's going to go
okay.
into like
Cool.
why he has a visible reaction to references to the Pale Serpent.
Cool.
Okay.
So,
It'll be up to him later when he's back with us.
No, let's get into it now
No.
because I'm sick of waiting
I'm just sick.
days and weeks at a time to find out things and then to have him dump the entire story in our lap after it's too late to make use of it.
Oh.
no. It's not my agency, so it's
I
his
have an
agency.
No, I
have an
understand
idea.
that, but
We could
this is
have
going to be a
lunch.
point that I'm going to make to start driving the nails into his hands over it.
We could
Like-
have lunch, and then maybe you'll have a spiritual moment
Sure.
for a day or so.
Let's eat 8 weeks worth of meals right now so that we don't get shit on in 8 weeks.
I
Cool, Nadir. If you like that plan, say nothing.
I don't love that plan.
I want to investigate the old camp.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good call. Good call, Leona.
Woo!
I'll do a little
26.
roll of that,
Sure.
detect magic.
You find
A binder.
Full of
Yes!
Oh, you found something that's a handout.
I love binders.
it's not a handout. I just
Oh.
have to check my notes from that.
The ground.
Eons.
The ground
From
hands
the
you paper.
convention thing that
Comes
you
from the
did.
con stuff. You find like an idol that looks like a snake.
What's it made out of? Stone?
Like onyx.
Onyx.
It is in fact a black idol of a snake.
Does it feel magical? I'll also roll detect magic.
You'll cast detect magic.
Can I do it ritually?
Yeah.
You
Do
can.
that. Take
Great.
your time.
While she's doing that,
It is
I'm going
not
to
magical.
use
Okay.
one of my detect
Yeah,
thoughts.
I've got my
On whom?
detecting magic.
I'm going to broadband it and see if there's just like,
If there's other things around.
right.
Well, it's a 60-foot cone from your eyeballs.
While he's doing
Apples.
that, and she's doing that, and they're doing the things that they're doing, I'm gonna go fishing really quick, just on the shore by the boat.
Just have a quick fish.
Okay.
22 is my
Wow.
ultimate roll. 18 plus 4. So I catch
What are you
something.
adding to that?
My survival.
Oh, okay, that makes sense.
So, using my new fishing tackle, I catch some fish. Whatever I catch, I'll fillet
you
it,
quickly
fry it up
make
for everybody.
delicious
Just
fish
little
food.
fish bites.
Yeah.
For everybody.
Little fish treats.
I love this.
Make a cooking check.
Fish treats.
Yes.
Fish treats.
Fish biscuits.
That would be like
A fish
something in the high 20s.
Fish.
21, 25.
Fish.
25. Congratulations, you all have 3
Biscuits.
opportunities to make a d20 roll with advantage
Each?
each.
Holy
No, not
cow.
right
3 inspirations?
In the future,
Oh, but those are expiring the day we eat it.
we are
kind of thing.
inspire fooded.
Inspire food.
Yes, as long as the food is
Rations.
in you. So
Ah.
before the end of the day, should that, it might not come up at all, to be honest, but delicious fish bites.
You said 3 opportunities.
Call
Yes.
them biscuits.
Biscuits,
Would that be for advantage?
not fishkits.
Yeah.
Cheddar bay
Yeah.
fish bits.
Yeah,
What?
they're advantage.
Yeah, it's basically advantage. Yeah.
Okay.
Some advantageous food.
Inspirations.
Inspiration.
Friggin' food.
Okay.
Yeah. You see, obviously, the remains of a camp. You see, like, a big dredge mark where, like, a flat boat came and then left heavier than it came. And what was your investigation?
Very high 20s.
26.
Oh, you get the idea that this is probably the boat came on and left with many more people, like they were taken captive and
Oh, yeah.
then it left
Oh.
about 4 months ago.
Oh. Okay. I go back to the 3 scientists. I hand the statue to the culture one. How long?
She has a name.
Madness overtakes him and
Right.
he drowns himself.
Why did you do this?
You've been waiting for 4 months.
For what?
King.
No. We've been waiting for 3
No,
weeks.
they were captured 4 months
We were
ago.
captured
Yeah.
4 months ago
Oh.
and then released.
You were captured 4 months ago.
Yeah.
Yes.
He just told you.
Why?
They told us that's.
Why are you saying this as if it's a new fact?
You went that way.
Yes. You knew that this is where we were captured from.
Yes, but I
That's
knew
why
that
we came to this island.
from looking.
Okay.
I wasn't paying attention earlier.
So we need to, on this island, we need to go inland to where.
Lord.
This is a very small island. So
Okay.
this island is the size of like maybe the high school, right?
Okay.
Like you can
Okay.
see like
Oh.
like this was like a staging island, so they
it's
could
not
like
inland.
sleep.
We need to go
Right.
to the. We
You
need
need to go
hop
to an
the
island
next
to the
island
west, to the
to the east,
Right.
where they think he went and discovered the pale
Well,
serpent.
let's keep this black statue. That could be a piece.
Yes. Or it
A
could
piece
be,
or a piece?
or it could turn into like a great serpent creature while we're sleeping on the boat.
Right.
No.
Maybe
Just-
it'll eat you. Who knows?
Yeah, just
Or
like
it
the
could
heavy
be-
water did.
A trinket.
Or it could be nothing. Yeah.
Yeah.
A rideable.
Wait, you detected magic?
Yeah.
And it's
Nothing.
not.
Nope, it's
Okay.
not magic.
All right, good. All right, fine.
And then you're gonna
Not
head
right now,
east.
anyway. Yes.
Yes.
I guess after that, yeah. After lunch, we get back on the boat and
Sure.
head east.
Do you think that this? Did I get any? Am I guessing that this is something that was dropped when they were captured, or something that was placed afterwards?
It looks like this was dropped as they were captured. So
Okay.
like the capturers, one of them probably had this item,
Sure.
and like in the struggle lost it on their way to where they captured them off to.
Okay.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
It's not like the white serpent's been sleeping here this whole time.
Pale serpent, please.
Yes.
Oh, Brian.
Yes.
When the giant serpent god came out of the portal, what color was that?
Like,
Pale.
not like dark, like shadowy colored,
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
like
okay.
so like not pale,
Yeah.
Gotcha.
like dark.
The Dark Mamba.
Black.
Black Mamba. Sorry, I sounded.
We get on the ship.
You get on the ship. You go east, and in about 3 hours, because this ship moves much faster than other boats,
Yes.
you see a large cave structure.
Ooh.
Oh, I love them caves.
Yeah.
You also see a small boat,
Yeah.
and Argyle looks over to you and says, "That's our goddamn boat." And that's where we'll pick up next time.
Oh.
Bards Tale.
Hey!
Goddamn.
Dun, 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 dun.